Hi viewers, today we are going to review the latest smartwatch from Godox. Yeah, I'm kidding. We are going to review the Trigger X3 from Godox. Initially it was branded as Nano, then finally they ended up naming it as X3. This trigger looks like current generation of electronics. I always wondered our smartphones are so much capable, it have a lot of computing power, and then we have smart watches which have fantastic display, intuitive touch, and it does like a lot of things. But why camera flash triggers were so huge, bulky, its display looks like from an ancient electronic days? The answer from Godox is this trigger. It is so much compact, lightweight, OLED display makes it the go-to trigger. Let's look at the packing. It comes in an iPhone style packing, like very tight and compact box, and it also comes up in a smart pouch which we can use to store the trigger. Even though it is small, it have all the functionality its predecessor had. Let's look at physical interface. It comes up with a USB-C for charging as well as firmware update. And here is a push button for release. We have to press it and then slide it out. For inserting into the hot shoe, just like slide it in and that's it. The neck is made of plastic. Still, it feels very steady and strong. It have three physical buttons. The center one is power, and the third one is test flash, and first one is dial plus select button. Let's power it on. Okay, this is the main interface. At the top, we see a few status button like channel at which it is connected, battery status, whether connected to the camera or high speed sync and so on. This is the interface to control the power of the connected flashes. It by default shows three groups, and then we could add other groups that we want, like we could enable them. Uh, they would be displayed, and we can scroll up to see those groups too. By default, three were shown. We could select one of the group and then get into its own page. Here we can change the mode from manual to TTL. Okay, and then if we momentarily want it to be paused, we could press pause button so that like it won't trigger this specific group, won't trigger. And then we have the modeling lamp control. By pressing it, like we can turn on the modeling lamp, and then by pressing it again we can change the mode of the modeling lamp. Right now it's in proportional mode. By pressing it, like we are turning it off, turn on manual, and then we could control the power of the modeling lamp, or again proportional and turn off. We could adjust the power of the flash in this window, specifically for this group if you want to adjust. By scrolling up, we directly go to the second group, third group, and so on. Let's come to the home page. And in here also, we could control the power by just like selecting and then like sliding our fingers. We could adjust the flash power. And at the bottom, we have the exposure compensation button, plus and minus. By pressing it, like we can increase the power of the flash by 1/3. All this operation could be performed in a touch screen, or if we prefer, we can use this dial plus select button. How to select, like by pressing it once, one of the element is selected. By dialing it down, we adjust the power or value of that specific setting. Pressing it again, uh, like the value is frozen. Now, when the mode is not selected, just the element is selected. By dialing it down, we select the other elements, other clickable elements. Okay. Sometimes when our fingers are sweaty and so on, so this select dial would be convenient. Once we are in this page, again the dial rotation would select various elements within it. We could adjust the power by rotating the dial. At the top, by sliding it down, we get into a like settings page. So this is the beep button. When the flash is ready, like it would beep. And here it is like modeling lamp, and then multiple flash. If you want to set multiple flash, we can get in there, or and in settings, In settings, we can adjust the wireless settings like channel selection, channel, and then ID we could select, and then whichever channel we want this trigger to function, we could select that. Scan function within the channel selection, it performs a scan and identifies and then recommends 6 different channels with the least interference. Yeah, that's it. So this is the recommended order. 25 have the least interference, then 18, 23, 29, and so on. So we can select one of this. Then sync, either front curtain or high speed sync could be selected. And then like in the settings, we can control other settings like step, whether we want our steps to be increased by 0.3 or 0.1, or like what is the minimum power of the flash, 1 by 256 or 512 or 128, whichever as per our triggers like strobes, we can select that. Shoot mode, auto power off, those other settings could be selected from the settings page. Batteries. It have an inbuilt lithium-ion battery. We could charge it using the USB-C port, but no replacement could be done. And in fact, like we don't need a replacement. It provides the spec says the full charge battery could last for seven continuous days in standby mode. And then I have used it in shoots. Almost 3 or 4 shoot I haven't recharged once. I recharged once and then like I need not worry about recharging it the next time. So the battery is right now after this 3 or 4 shoots, it's still it shows single dot, meaning around 25 or 30% of battery is still remaining. So you need not worry about having a spare battery charged. Like you can completely forget about your battery and then like go with it. Let's say during a shoot the battery down dead, still you can charge it within 15 to 20 minutes to a considerable amount, some 30-40 percentage, which should last for the rest of the shoot. So you practically need not worry about the batteries. Maybe you could once in a while check the battery is low, and then you could do it. All the previous triggers have buttons as the interface. This is the one that have touch interface. uh, that's good in one way, but sometime it may not work during outdoor shoot and sweaty hand. It is little difficult to operate this touch. And then like if you have a little bit bigger, if your fingers are large, it's little difficult to precisely select the element and then scroll and adjust. And then you could have seen uh, adjusting the power using the touch is little difficult. Like we could adjust, but like landing on the exact specific value of power is little odd. So it's advised to use a dial to adjust the power. And then even in dial, I see a usability issue. So generally, like we have to press once to select the element, rotate the dial to adjust the value of the flash power, and then press it again to come out of it. So this actually requires 3 operations: press, adjust, and then press to come back. So most of the time when we don't have a light meter and then like try to adjust the power by guess, so we would be adjusting the power of the specific group uh, multiple times to trial and error. So in those kind of scenarios, it would be appropriate if we just adjust the dial. So they could bring in some mode or some kind of like software update to do this usability issue. Not exactly an issue, like improve the usability. Should I upgrade? This could be answered in 2 parts. If you're buying the trigger for the first time, go for it. Don't even consider any other flash, even though it is little bit expensive than other models. Just go for it. This worth every penny that we spend. If you already own a flash trigger, need not upgrade. The one thing that we get is the compactness, but like you need not spend money for it. Like if you already have a functional trigger, like in good condition, you need not uh, upgrade it. Hope you find this video useful. If so, give a like and subscribe to see more such videos. Share your thoughts about this trigger in the comments, or if you have any question, post it. I'll try to answer.